Sovereign, which was requested by Jackie. So let's check this out. This is done by ggdg, and for those of you that don't know, ggdg has done some webcomics in the past, also did concept art and stuff for Undertale and Deltarune and all that. Big fan of their work. So yeah, let's check it out. I heard that this has toxic and bad women in it, which I am always down for. Now let's do the beginning. Ooh. Like the music. Can you guys hear the music alright? Thought I told you to run, kiddo. What does it look like I'm doing? Getting caught. But hey, I get it. You've got a heart. That's what landed you in this mess, right? Oh, whoops. I'm sorry, kid. Really, I am. Wish there were more I could do for you. Both of us are out of options. So, what are you gonna do? Well, you said, somewhere I can dream. I can be as selfish as I want to be. It's a bit quiet, but I also assume it's just a quiet song. Here, I'll turn it up, and then we can turn it down if it gets loud. Okay. Can you hear it now? Only question is what to do when no place like that exists. But I'll figure something out. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Twy. I noticed the records you swiped from my office. You're not really going after it, are you? Thanks for the lead, old man. Maybe I'll see you in the next world. Oh, and thank you for taking a moment. The lamplight, Heart of Tarn. Tarn? Heart of Tarn. The first inn to become famous after the treasure hunting boom took off. A few decades ago, on a day like this, it would have been swarming with people. Okay, this seems like it's a loud song on my end. Is the audio level still good? Tonight, there's only one customer. Lorik. In a manner of speaking, anyway. I think it's fine? Okay. This music's really good. Makes me think of, like, a mana game or something. I arrived a few months ago, needing a place to stay while I continued my search in the area. Alma's pride wouldn't let her take money from an old friend, but I eventually convinced her to accept my services instead. Since then, I've been helping her look after the guests here. Guests, yes. The village's sick and elderly given shelter from the unkind weather, not customers. Most were once treasure hunters themselves, but the age for that ended too soon, before they'd found anything to build a life on. Tonight's dinner can be described charitably as soup, or realistically as onion water. Most of our guests chose the latter. Yeah, if you showed me this song and told me that this was a Mana song, I would have believed you. It's so good. Though I normally try to encourage them to keep up healthy appetites, I couldn't blame them for the nearly full dishes I gathered this time. Alma's a terrific cook, really, but I doubt she sees much point in trying these days. I I can't blame her either. The dining room is deserted, tabletops lined with dust, rags trampled thin. The television is purely decorative now, with no signal to pick up since Tarn was cut off years ago. About the only glimmer of the past comes from the crackling fireplace, where explorers would have once crowded together, sharing stories. This is so Kitchen Nightmares core. Yeah, hi Rosemary. You call this soup? This is just onion water. You idiot sandwich. I'm gonna come down or what? Alma, the owner of the lamplight, she leans against the bar, smoking a cigarette. Yeah, hi! Hope you're doing good, Rose. Oh, I didn't see you. Is it... I never know how to pronounce the I with the 2 dots. Is it Loic? What? And don't say how badly you want me to clean this place up. No. Well, no, but... You really ought to consider selling the TV, at least. It may be old, but it'll still work in the mosaic. Is that all? I know you know, Alma. It just caught my eye. I joined her at the bar and set down the tray. Something hangs heavy in the air as we look over the empty room together. Instead, I decide to turn my gaze outside. The largest windows face away from the mosaic, out towards the promise of the new world. I've grown used to the view now. The towering shadows of mountains, empty homes scattered in the snow. Only tonight. Hi, Kamada. Someone's coming. I hope it's a hot baddie. By the time I make it to the door, the visitor has collapsed in a heap at the threshold. I was clean, but FF14 still calls. I wish that were me. I don't have the money to renew my sub. Oh no. Give me a hand, would you? Yeah. Her breathing and pulse seem normal. She does look awfully pale, but I think she'll be alright. Sir Elio, you get no bitches. Why would a hot baddie call? What do you mean I get no bitches? Huh? I do. Maybe. Somewhat. Pallid woman. There we are. How are you feeling? I'm kind of getting hyped for World of Warcraft Midnight, and the housing stuff looks amazing for an MMO. Speaking of MMOs, there was one I was thinking of checking out. I forgot what the name was, but it was like some anime MMO that came out recently. I saw that it was, I think it was free to play, like, without needing a sub, so... Maybe I'll turn to that instead of FF14. Blue Protocol, that's it. That's it. I think I added it to my library and I just have yet to download and play it yet, but I kind of want to. I've been missing FF14, but I don't even have the money to feed myself, so I don't think it's in my cards right now to renew my sub. Welcome, dear. Alma's old customer service voice. It's been a while since I've heard that. Will you be needing a room? Or maybe you're just here to dine with us tonight? A room? Then I've made it? This is the lamplight? The one and only, serving the spirit of discovery since... Oh, thank goodness. I need your help. It's kinda a Genshin clone, but you create a character. It's almost strictly single player outside dungeons, raids, and world bosses. Oh wow, I see. Great, another charity case. Food does not need. Final Fantasy XIV is life. I would die. I would die. My family doesn't give me shit for food. If I didn't buy myself food, I would die. Don't be heartless, Alma. A decent meal is the very least we can offer. Yeah. As Alma trudges to the kitchen, I take a seat across from the stranger. Oh, cute! You should know, there's an emphasis on that decent. I wouldn't set my expectations too high if I were you. Oh, I'll be happy with anything. You're too kind. But we haven't even got into your problem. You said you needed help? The woman breathes a long, thin sigh. There's somewhere I need to get to. I heard this was a gathering place for treasure hunters, so I hoped one of them could escort me. But Final Fantasy XIV died for me at Dawn Trail. Just the 12 years did its damage. I can't take it anymore. Attempted a raid on my raid account last week and told them to get me the fuck out. Oh, oh no. Where are you headed? Does have instant $1 ramen and Arizona iced tea? Pretty much is what I get. Do you know of a ruin near here called the Hollow Temple? I've been living off of mac and cheese and ramen for... I don't know how long I've lived off of mac and cheese and ramen, to be honest. I haven't had a decent home-cooked meal, at all this year. Hi, Starry. How's the stream so far? It's going alright. Hi, Tempe. Welcome. Forget it. Alma emerges from the kitchen with a lukewarm cup of soup in her hand. She hands it off to the woman. That's sad. I feel bad to joke at this point. If I had money, it goes your way, boss man. I appreciate the thought, David. A waste of a trip, honey. It's a short walk, sure, but the woods are infested. If you're not gonna pay for a room, at least spare me from having to report your body to the shield. Alma. What? Better to be honest. Yeah, SoulSov is another visual novel, yeah. It's done by ggdg. If you've ever heard of their work, they've done some webcomics, Cucumber Quest, and also did some concept art for Deltarune and Undertale and a bunch of other art stuff here and there. I don't want to name some of their older works, but they have quite some iconic comics out there. But they want to be separated from that, so I'm not gonna say what comics they worked on. I have to. I have to go. I saw it in a dream. The god of that temple visited me and said that if I prayed at the altar, I'd be cured. I almost said cursed. Why would you want to go to a temple to be cursed? 1 million years V ends in long RPGs. Yup. I've suffered from this illness all my life, and now I'm finally been shown a cure. I have to go. And here I thought you came for treatment from the good doctor here. Well, suit yourself. You're a doctor? That's her idea of a joke. You'd be generous to call me a caretaker. I'm not sure how much my humble remedies can do for this illness of yours, but I'm more than willing to try. The woman softly shakes her head. I've seen a million doctors, and not one of them could help me. I know it must sound like nonsense, but that temple is my only hope. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Riza. Thank you. Hope you're doing good, Riza. I see. Out of curiosity, have you ever heard how the so-called Hollow Temple got its name? No. And there's nothing in it. Oh. For years, people were convinced there had to be some secret hidden beneath the surface, but as it turns out, it's just an empty building. I'm sorry to say this, but without the promise of treasure, you'd have a hard time convincing any treasure hunters to make the trip, if you could find any here. And then this is it for me. Hold on, I was gonna say I'd be happy to go with you. You? I know. You were hoping for someone a bit more suited to the rigors of the road, let's say. The truth is, I've been meaning to visit that temple myself. Sooner or later, I'll be going either way, and I intend to get there in one piece for what it's worth. Really? At the very least, we don't have anything to lose by going together. Safety in numbers and all. Listen, why don't you give it some thought? Wait, I'll go. That was fast. Are you sure? You're the first stranger who's offered to help me. If this is my only chance of making it to the temple, I have to take it. Let's not be strangers then. Luak. I'm gonna assume it's like... I feel like a lot of stuff uses... like the eye with the two dots, like kind of like French. I was thinking of like Louisois, Lois, Luak, Isme. Thank you, Luak. Tonight's clear skies are a rarity, given the urgency of Yisme's plight. I'm not surprised that she wants to go right away. Is it? I think it's Isme, right? Yeah, Isme. Isme. Besides, it's a short enough trip that we should be back before the next snowfall rolls in. Oh, thank you for taking a moment. And now you're off into the cold for this random girl. Why am I not surprised? She needs help, Alma. I'd like to think you'd do the same. Please. Some of us know how to look out for ourselves first. You should try it sometime. Thanks for the concern. See you in the morning, alright? That's if we survive. Oh, cast profiles. It's got Lua, the not quite customer. Don't be heartless, Alma. A decent meal is the very least we can offer. Long-term guests at the Lamplight all know the proprietress's friend, a man with gentle eyes who keeps an impressive array of potted plants in the otherwise dreary lobby. Seeing how many chores he does around the inn, newcomers tend to assume he's the owner, but it usually doesn't take long for Alma to set them straight. The Blessed. You're the first stranger who's offered to help me. A sick young woman. While the exact nature of her illness is unclear, it has made her desperate enough to brave the frosty wilderness in search of a possible cure. She speaks softly, yet bears in her eyes a willful spark. Oh, you played a lot more of the Somnium Files since we last mentioned it, and like, oh, where are you at, Riza? Alma Briodel. Wait, did they have last names too? Oh, Luak Ard. This Yisme. Alma Briodal, the innkeeper. You were saying something. What? And don't say how badly you want me to clean this place up. Since moving to Tarn as a teenager, Alma has never truly thought of the mosaic as her home. She helped establish the lamplight long before inheriting it from her father, serving cheer and world-class cooking to guests who regaled her with tales of adventure. I assume it was still very enjoyable regardless, but I get the feeling that your experience having played it without having played Zero Escape before was very different from my experience. Not really because of references to Zero Escape, but like, oh, I played 999, but I've never played VLR. I'm currently in the midst of playing VLR. Of course, cheer is easier when the business still brought in money. These days, despite what she may claim, Alma runs a charity for the forcibly retired treasure hunters she can't bear to turn her back on. See, I am an entire outsider to Spike Chunsoft's game, so I watched Somnium Files and went, wow, I didn't know they could make good games. It's just Uchikoshi. It really is just Uchikoshi that can make good games at Spike Chunsoft. My only samplings of their games is what I've seen of Danganronpa and Zonky Zero. Yeah, Uchikoshi's games are incredible, and Kodaka's games are passable at best. Yeah, Kodaka's got, like, unique ideas and, like, characters, but the way that he executes them are not the best. Not counting Fire Pro, because of his weird shit, yeah. The author's poorly disguised fetish. I mean, I'm personally a fan of playing regular Zero Escape before but it's not the end of the world, yeah. Yeah, at least probably before we play Koname Date Must Sleep, we will probably, at the very least, finish VLR. Maybe. People defending Zonky Zero as a unique game, LMAO, play any dungeon crawler. I have gotten quite a few hate comments for me saying Zonky Zero sucks. Grimrock 1 and 2 are right there. It clears. But I've also had some people be like, I have never seen anyone discuss this game in how, like shitty it is with, like, its sexualization of, like, minors and mistreatment of, like, child abuse victims. So thank you for actually talking about that. So I'm like, that's one good thing about releasing the Zonky Zero video. In the beginning, the builder looked to the horizon and foresaw the death of the world. To preserve life, he raised a great tower, a new home for all the humanity, the mosaic. From the farthest reaches, he gathered every soul together into one most peaceful nation, a perfect refuge from the storm. I think the main references were the one from 999, like Ice 9. Yeah, the Hongo Gentaro autograph. Ages on, when all had stilled, the people of the mosaic opened their gates to see what remained, and found a ruined land owned by no one. Thus did they set forth to pick clean the bones of the world they forgot. I remember hearing so many stories about the world outside the mosaic. How is Nirvana Initiative with Zero Escape references without, like, going into it, obviously? Do they make, like, a lot of VLR references? Izme the Blessed. An endless expanse where the spirit of discovery soared on the wind, inviting the bold. Walking through this ghost town, I can't imagine it. When the first treasure hunters found this place, it was already in ruins. They built it up into a new town, only for it to shrivel into nothing again. All that wasted effort. There's some VLR jokes. Not as much as I with 999, but still worth it? Okay. Hopefully we can make a decent dent into VLR before we start Nirvana Initiative. Because I do want to do Nirvana Initiative sometime soon. Probably whenever we beat Mega Man Battle Network 2 is my guess when we'll start it. Every little gust of wind sets the windows chattering in these ramshackle houses. Just play Dual Destinies first. But I wanna play! I wanna play Isonian Files! But beyond all this, out in the mountains, I can almost hear the faint voice of my own personal spirit of discovery. Need to get Moggy back on VLR. You do! He's me. I hope this doesn't sound rude, but I wonder how that cloak will hold up against the cold. Oh. The temple's a straight shot from here, but we are going to have to walk it. Will you be alright? Wait, I keep forgetting. Do you have Great Ace Attorney? Yes, I do. Yes. You say that, but you're suffering enough from your illness. Please, don't push yourself. Really? I'm fine. Eating something gave me the strength I needed, I think. The onion water? I should be around more often for your VLR streams too. It's all good, Riza. We only just recently got back into VLR, so it is understandable. Yeah, we won't be doing a VLR stream next week, because Barnes got some people visiting him for most of next week. But we should be back to it the week after next week. The VLR streams aren't around very often, oi. They're coming back regularly. If you insist, but now that I'm thinking about it. He removes one of the flowers pinned to the clasp on his collar. This is a Palicia. In the language of flowers, it means fire. That's funny. Is it? I just thought flower language was, I don't know, unrequited love, things like that. Most people know it that way. In this region, long ago, these flowers were common traveler's charms meant to ease the cold. Just an old superstition, but it can't hurt. Here. This guy looks like he would be like... what do people call it? Oh god, I forgot what the term was. Shit. Is this a rare straight people? Yes, this is a straight people visual novel. The creator of this VN itself said, like, tragic het for gay people. This is like Umineko, where like Battler and Beatrice are like a straight pairing, but it's for the gays. Unfortunate. And do you normally give these out? I need to ask Jackie to post the meme about that in chat whenever I see her in chat. Because I know she's got the memes for this game. One way or another. Flowers are my business. I guess you could say habits from the shop are hard to shake, even on the road. They're taking our game. What next? A gay shooter? So, you're a florist. Ain't like a bunch of shooters. Don't a bunch of shooters nowadays have LGBT people though? We already got gay shooters at home. Shush. Gay shooter for straight people game. A superstitious one, it turns out. I hope I haven't put you off. Wait, don't you have Signalis? I don't think I have Signalis. Let me see. I don't think I own that. I think it's just in my wish list. Yeah, no. I don't own Signalis. Not at all. It's a kind thought. Thank you. I don't think survival horror counts as shooter generally. Well, I was thinking more like stuff like... I guess I guess it depends on if you include performative representation with like stuff like, you know, like Overwatch, I think Apex. Does Apex have LGBT people in it? I don't know much about Apex or Valorant. Even if the spirit of discovery is dead, the kindness of strangers apparently lives on. When our fingers brush, I feel warmth. I'm just asking. Unrelated. Oh, I. And not just a faint touch, but a steady embrace that spreads comfortably over my skin. Yeah, you can't request Signalis until I buy it or someone's willing to buy it for me. Let's be off. Ready? Please play Signalis. Yeah, I heard a lot of really good stuff about Signalis. Apex has quite a few, but I doubt there will be any more new queer characters anymore, unfortunately. I said anymore twice. I would if I had money. Yeah, it's quite unfortunate how people raise a fuss over that shit. Oh, right. What you smiling for? For all my fussing over Yzme, I barely adjust for the cold myself. The snow is too thick for the middle of spring. I'm convinced of some patterns with the Eyes Insomnium files, in part because of Signalis. Signalis brain rot forever. Oh, really? They got like little symbols in their eyes? Then again, any ideas about right or wrong with regard to the weather seem arbitrary. Love Signalis. Oh hey, welcome Phoenix! Hello, hello! Hope you're doing good. In my months at the lamplight, I've come to appreciate the cold. A sudden chill against my face feels refreshing, and I know it wasn't decided by committee. At such times, I think there are still treasures to be found outside the mosaic. Do those have a meaning too? My gaze follows Yzme's to a patch of weeds poking through the frost. Signalis kinda reminded me of Fear Effect. Oh. Dandelions? Sure. Mundanity. It's not exactly directly significant to the main plot, but I will still not be saying anything specific. Ah, okay. I see. That's a joke, right? Off and on napping, how's you? Oh, that's a mood. I kinda slept in a bit. Well, I both underslept and overslept. I didn't get enough sleep, but I did sleep over the amount of time I should have been asleep. Like, I should have woken up a little bit ago. Do you think so? If every flower has a meaning, some of them are bound to be less exciting than others. I still wish Parasite Eve wasn't a dead franchise. I need to like get Parasite Eve, like, I don't know, on like an emulator or something, and play it at some point, because I did buy Parasite Eve. I own Parasite Eve. I bought it at an anime convention. I bought it for like $60. And I was like, this shit like goes for like hundreds of dollars on like eBay or whatever, so it's a steal. I got home, I put the disc in my PS2. Shit don't work. They just don't even work. So I paid $60 for the box, essentially. I'd specifically like it to be like Parasite Eve 1 and have the RPG elements, not the sequel being an RE clone. I'd also really like to play Kudelka at some point, but I also know I'd probably need a guide open for that. Also, thank you for the hydrate and take a moment to eye. Ooh, the Valhalla devs are releasing a game that's very Parasite Eve as their next game. Not the same thing as the main series getting a new release. You know, like the actual game series, but I still I need to complete Valhalla. I played Valhalla like a really long time ago, and then I started streaming like a bit after I like started playing it, and then I'm like, I should stream this, and then I never played it again. Someday I'll play Valhalla on stream, I suppose. We brace ourselves against a sudden wind. Was it a nice box at least? It was alright. Kind of the stereotypical normal like PS1 box, but I honestly don't own that many PS1 games. I think the only PS1 games I have is like that and Chrono Cross, I think those are the only PS1 games I own. I used to own Final Fantasy 7 and 8 and Mega Man Legends, and were those all of the PS1 games I owned? I should have never traded in the Final Fantasies, because that shit goes for mad cash nowadays, I think. It's a good thing we set out tonight. This time tomorrow, I expect we have another blizzard on us. Thank you again, Luwak. I didn't think you'd be willing to go so soon. If Kadelka, then we can get to the good stuff, Shadow Hearts. Yeah, I heard Shadow Hearts is really good. I'll give you my Tales of Destiny 2 physical copy as a gift one day if I ever see you at a convention. Wait, I wonder, which Tales of Destiny? Do you mean Eternia or Destiny 2? Either way, I'd be happy. I actually used to have the soundtrack for Destiny. A friend gave me like a bunch of Japanese import CDs, and then I saw that one of them was Destiny, and I don't know what happened to all the import CDs I had. I had like a bunch of them. I had like a bunch of anime soundtracks. I had like, unfortunately Rurouni Kenshin. I had the Cardcaptor Sakura soundtrack. I think I had Slayers. And I had the Tales of Destiny soundtrack. I think Tenchi Muyo. And all of that. I don't know what happened to it. I also used to have like a bunch of things of like old Japanese like wait, what do they call them? They're not the tankobons. They're like the magazines with like every week, like Shonen Jump. Forgot what you call those. I had like a bunch of those of like Reborn and Shonen Jump. Those could probably go for some good money online if I find them. I didn't think it could wait. Maybe not for me, but why were you planning to visit the temple? I'm curious, considering it's hollow and all. Oh, Eternia, the one you played on stream, but it's called Destiny 2 for us. Ooh, I see. Yeah, that would be really cool. I really want to get like some Mitsumi Inamada art. I actually was watching one video where I think it's in debate over whether it was actually Mitsumi Inamada that did the art or not. But there's this one game that was released like in the 90s called Trans something. It seemed to be maybe not the best depiction of like being trans, but it was rather forward thinking for its time. Where like there's also like a big old like dress up mechanic and stuff where you like pick out your wigs and you like choose your transition name and everything. It's interesting. I watched a video about it, and it seemed like Mitsumi Inamada did the art for it. Oh, did I not say? I'm going for the same reason as you. To be cured? But you seemed perfectly healthy. Everything except the gameplay in Destiny is very good, except the gameplay is so insanely dogshit that's not worth playing. Well, also the in-game stories are kind of bad, but the extended lore goes crazy. I also have not paid attention to the Destiny extended lore since I stopped playing, so that might have also changed. Oh, I see. Yeah, I want to play Destiny 1 at some point, with Moggy. We were talking about doing that and Sonic Adventure 1 sometime soon. Whenever I finish VLR with Barn. I wonder how long VLR is. Like how long it is compared to 999. Because I was looking at my playlist for that and I was surprised that actually 999 didn't have too many parts to it. As much as I thought it would. I thought 999 was going to be like 30 parts, but it wasn't that long, actually. An apple a day. But that's not quite what I mean. I'm not interested in investigating the temple itself so much as the local flora. I don't suppose you've heard of the glass bell? I'm sorry, I haven't. Perfectly understandable. The glass bell is a very peculiar flower, one said to be potent enough to cure any malady. That's too good to be true? Maybe. It's never been seen, only told of in old writings. If it does exist, it could grow anywhere, and so I search everywhere. And who is it for? Let's not talk about that. In fact, enough about me. Tell me about yourself, Yisme. Huh? There isn't much to tell. I'm not very special. Come now. Not many can say they've been called upon by a god. It's not something to brag about, especially at home. Not in his vision. No, I guess not. You're religious then? Oh, you sent me a DM of it? Ooh, let me see. Oh, that's so cool! Oh, they have all the characters on the discs. Oh, that looks really nice. Oh, I love the Inamada art on the discs. I love how Merity looks on the disc, so cute. God, Eternia was really good. I'm glad we chose to play Eternia. I still regret that we weren't able to play Hearts because I wasn't able to get the emulator to work very well. Barn did play it on emulator though, so he can probably help me figure out how to get it working if Moggy would like to jump into Hearts again at some point. It's my original copy since it originally came out. I got it day 1 back in the day. Wow. That's crazy. More my family. When she turns toward the ever-present pillar on the horizon, I can only imagine the expression that darkens her face. It's in pristine condition, outside of some scratches on the top and rear case. Oh wow, that's impressive. I know as a kid I had to buy some replacements for some of my games because they got scratched. I still, to this day, I'm so sad because I lent out copies of my DVDs for .hack sign, and like most of the DVDs came back like scratched beyond recognition. So like only a couple of my DVDs of .hack sign I could still watch if I took them out. Which makes me really sad. I need to get like a full collection DVD. I think they released like a complete season DVD. I had them all split up into like 5 different DVDs, I think, with like 4 episodes on each or something like that. I grew up praying for the builder to cure me, but that wasn't in his vision. When my family learns I came this far, I'll at the word of a pagan god, I'll probably be disowned. I probably kept my stuff as perfect as I could over the years. That's good. It can be really hard, especially like if you had them like growing up. Like, I'm surprised some of my childhood games still work. I am glad that my dot hack, like the actual games, the discs didn't get scratched up beyond recognition. But alive and well, we can probably pick up the pieces from there, can't we? That's true. Yuzme the runaway, alive and well. The words ring in my ears. To be honest, the cold didn't bother me at all. It never does. Now, though, I have real warmth to compare it to. Now, I have a way out. A path to alive and well. What's that mean? Ah, and there's our temple. Can you see it? But the bridge is out. Oh, don't worry about that. It's been out of commission for months. The reason I put this trip off for so long, in fact. Is it ever going to be fixed? At this point, I wouldn't count on it. Putting aside the lack of interest, Torin just doesn't have the means anymore. Oh. But we can take a detour this way. Oh, Buddy Bison! Thank you so much for the raid! Hello, Bison Raid! Hello! What were you up to today? What were you playing? Thanks so much for the raid. Hi everyone coming in. My name is Eliolapi. I'm a bunny from outer space. I like playing JRPGs, RPG Maker horror games, and visual novels. Today is random game day, so I spun a wheel with some game requests that people on the Discord requested of me, and we got SoulSov for today, which is a game by ggdg. You might know of them as doing some art for the webcomic Cucumber Quest, as well as doing concept art for Deltarune and Undertale. Oh, you're playing Trails in the Sky first chapter. How are you liking it so far? It's interesting. I'm not that far in, but I love the art. I've always loved ggdg's art though. I loved how Cucumber Quest played with colors and stuff back in the day. But oh, Trails in the Sky. I actually just last night started Yee's Origin in my free time. So far where I'm at in the dungeon, I'm at the fire part of the dungeon. I think I might be halfway through the dungeon. But yeah, it was fun. The only complaint I have is the one boss that was an insect. I did not like that. And I'm not saying that from I was scared of the insect way, but in a that boss was annoying. But yeah, I hope you're having fun with Trails in the Sky. I need to get on playing that. We go off the path into the thick of the woods. I try to focus on what waits at the end of this hike, but in spite of myself, I keep thinking of that word the innkeeper used to describe this place. Infested. Yeah, some ease bosses in that engine can be a tad annoying. Yeah. I wonder how it plays differently if you play as the girl, because I think the girl is close range and the guy is long range shooting. So I wonder how different it would be if I chose the girl for my first playthrough, because I'm playing as, I forgot what his name was. Fang? I think his last name was Fang something? They say that when the old world died, and the builder created his paradise for mankind, he let in 2 of every animal in nature. I didn't expect to be out this long today, LMAO. Hi everyone. Oh, hi Jackie! Welcome! Yeah, we're playing your game! Well, not your game, but the game you requested. Welcome, welcome! The rest were left behind as the clouds rolled in. Did you hear that? Unfortunately. You said you had a plan for dealing with monsters, didn't you? Did I? That smile. Didn't you? I remember saying that I meant to get to the temple in one piece, but a plan... I could certainly try to come up with something now if you'd like. It seems like that might be a good thing to do, yes. She looks like she's gonna kill him. How fast can you run, do you think? Yippee! Probably not very. On account of being deathly ill and all. Oh, right. Forgive me. That was thoughtless. Outside the safety of the mosaic, deadly rain came pouring from the skies. It ate through stone and steel, washing entire cities and nations away. Ooh, that reminds me of Harvestella. But the animals caught in the flood changed. Ooh. They trembled and twisted and came apart, then came back together the wrong way. Since you said .hex sign, I sent you a DM of another thing I'll give you I found. Oh? Oh my god! I think... Is this the box? Oh, this is a different box from the one I owned. It looks similar to a box I owned, but mine came with... Oh god, what did mine come with? It came with my t-shirt and something else. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I love that art of Tsukasa with Aura. I don't think I've ever actually seen that art before. I've seen the art with Tsukasa and the rest of the cast, but I don't think I've ever actually seen that art. And it's got like concept art too, with Crimson Knight with his helmet up. I don't think I've seen that art either. I think I've seen some of these concept arts. Like, I've definitely seen that Mimiru before. But, oh wow, that's really cool. And it's got... I think the reason why it looked familiar is the art that's on the outer shell is the same art that was on the DVDs I had as a kid. Wow. That's so cool. Oh, I think I was thinking of the Roots box set. I had one Roots box set with a t-shirt in it, but I had the signed DVDs as separate. It looks like it's this a similar kind of make to the Roots box set I have. And any creatures that didn't succumb were hunted by the ones that did. Ooh. Shit. Oh, it was a promo thing you got for the release of Infection. Oh, I see. Yeah, I wouldn't have known about that then, because I think I got Infection a little bit past its release, because I saw it at like a GameStop when I was buying the Kingdom Hearts strategy guide, and I thought the art looked nice. I think I did get Mutation Outbreak as they came out. I got Quarantine a bit later because I was unable to find it at stores because they did not produce enough copies of that. So this music's really nice. I wouldn't have wanted to cross paths with this thing when it was a normal wolf, let alone whatever the hell this tangle of limbs and mouths is. Once I start running, I don't look back. The trees are dense enough to slow it down a bit, but I don't carry on like this uphill. Ismay! The voice comes from behind. I know also I didn't get GU Volume 1 at release, but I did get 2 and 3 as those released in middle school. But I now finally have my pride and joy, the like initial release of .hack GU with the Haseo figurine. Unopened at all. I actually have it right next to me. Because I have it right near, like right on my desk near me. I always have it to look at and just appreciate. The Haseo figurine is so dumb looking, but I love it. I also have my one of my last recode copies right next to me. And I also have the Dot Hack trilogy movie right next to me. And I have The Legend of the Twilight Volume 3 next to me. My desk is just covered in like Dot Hack paraphernalia. And then my cheerleader Miku figurine. And my... Yeah, that's all I have on my desk. Yeah, I have the Last Recode Begins Edition Switch release right here. And I also have the Last Recode PS4 somewhere in my room. The voice comes from behind. When I look, he stopped next to a fallen tree, trying to shove it out of where it's lodged in the snow. I'd have like a giant bag full of swag for every Leo I got over the years. Without a second thought, I double back. 1, 2... We strain against the trunk together. Wild, heaving breaths close in. Then the weight shifts. I wish I could find some of my old childhood Dot Hack stuff, because I had like a bunch of posters of Dot Hack. I had the kite and Mimiru figurines. And I had like this one grunty keychain that I loved. Not much of a plan, but whatever works. Sucks when you have family that just disowns you and then you lose access to like a good chunk of the stuff that you had growing up. Thank goodness. You know, Yizme, I was joking when I suggested we run, but I'm glad you took it as a challenge. I don't like thinking of myself as an old man yet, but I could barely keep up. You know, when push comes to shove, Yizme is very suspicious. I don't think she's the sickly person she says she is. Back at the lamplight, you seem to be struggling just to get through your story. Alma's cooking must be better than I give her credit for if it energized you that much. You know, all those vegetables. An onion soup. All those vegetables. This doesn't even remember what she drank. His gaze is warm but intense. I should have known he saw through my act. Maybe right from the start. Maybe my coughing could have been more realistic. Whatever. But he offered to help me anyway. And judging from the look on his face, the offer's still open. I also have a demo disc of Infection you got back in the day. Ooh, that's really cool. I have the GU Volume 1 demo disc. So that would be really nice to add to my collection. Look at how pallid she looks. I don't know. Maybe she put on some makeup. Fine. Alright. I'm not sick. That was all bullshit. I had a feeling. But I needed help getting to the temple, and pity works. You're right, you know. I was hoping it would rope in more of a bodyguard. We haven't died yet, so I'd say you could have done worse. Now, what is it you're after at the temple? Oh, I love her? The greatest power in the world. I'm sure you know what I mean. The sovereignty. I've heard stories. And then, you know, no one would have taken me seriously if I told them I was actually looking for it. And even if someone did, why would they help me find it? Convince me then. Why should I? Look. You have that miracle flower you're after, right? I'm guessing there's someone you want to save, no matter what. Well, I have that too. The sovereignty is my one hope of a world worth living in. And what makes you so certain it's in this place? There was a professor in the Mosaic who researched the legends. I read everything he wrote on the subject. And there's no guarantee, but the temple was never totally ruled out as a lead. I want to see it for myself. And if you find nothing there, then what? Then I keep searching. Isn't that what you're doing? I have to explore every avenue. Maybe most treasure hunters have moved on, but I need this to be real. I'm sorry for lying to you, Luwak, but I had to. It's okay. I believe in a woman's wrongs. Uh-oh. A very trustworthy and honest woman. She's never done anything wrong in her life. I think perhaps we've lingered too long. They howl. They scream. I don't stick around for another second. The fallen tree was a stroke of luck, and it doesn't strike twice. But maybe there's some other way to slow them down. And just as I start looking around, my foot slips. I tumble into a patch of weeds before I even realize it. For a second, I think I've been tackled, so I panic and scramble up against a nearby tree. But those creatures are more patient than that. It can't be every day that they get entertainment like us. They close in, savoring their win, and I clench my eyes shut. And for some reason, despite everything, only for a single instant, I feel calm. Uh-oh. When I dare to look again, one of the things is too close. I see puffs of its breath as it leans in, sniffing at my face at every angle. Something about its attitude has changed. It's almost frustrated. Its eyes sear into mine for what feels like forever. Then it pulls away. One by one, the other beasts follow their leader back into the woods, until the two of us are left alone. Are you alright? What the hell? I try to stand, but my useless ankle buckles under my weight. Shit. Easy. Let me see. Worse than I thought. Might even be broken. I don't want to risk trying to put pressure on it again. So, what are the chances of you carrying me up the rest of the way? He smiles. Slim. Let's try something else. And there's something in his hand. A little notebook bound with string. He opens it, then flips through the pages, passing what looks like dozens of pressed flowers. A yellow rose means mending, in short. In the mosaic, it's come to symbolize friendship. Another case of the simplification that makes flower language easier to sell. He stops at a certain page and presses his fingers against the dull, dry petals of a rose. What up, fellas? A woman? Yep, there's a woman, alright. She pretended to be sick so she could manipulate this guy into taking her into a treasure facility. Hi, Lennox. I'm fond of that one, though. It's nice to think of a friendship as something that can be mended. No matter how severe the break. Oh, he's got a relationship that got broken, a friendship. I see. Woman, am I right, fellas? As he goes on, The flower seems to come alive beneath his hand. I blink hard. I've got to be imagining it, but there it is. Full and vibrant as the second it was picked. He returns his attention to me, and I notice that strange calm again. The air turns soft and heavy, as if warmed by his voice. Take heart. Not all things fall neatly into place, but this will. It just happens. My ankle is broken, and then it isn't. I pull it closer to look. No wound, no bruise, nothing. And when I glance back at his notebook, the rose has completely withered away. Does he have flower magic? I knew it. The flower you gave me when we left. That was magic, too. They all are, even those. He nods to the few dandelions poking through the frost, their petals scattered on the snow. Mundanity. Maybe he is just insane. Who knows? But this is the sort of thing that kept me busy in Tarn for the few months I've been there. I'm not a healer exactly, but I can manage enough to make myself useful. God forbid women do anything. Oh, by the way, Jackie, I think I remember seeing like a meme. I don't know if you shared it with me or if it's because I follow ggdg, but I saw one that was like talking about how this game is like tragic het for gay people. Do you know the post? I'd let women do me. Who said that? I've dealt with my fair share of difficulty in the mosaic, so I try not to be too forthcoming with the details. You said you come from a religious family, so I'm sure you understand. That's one way of putting it. Well, consider this a show of faith, a good faith. You've been kind enough to share your secret with me, after all. How does it work? Oh no, the conversation would take all night. Ask me back at the lamplight and I'll tell you all about it. Yeah, and it's 100% correct. Sure, that'll be nice. For now. It helps me up to my feet, and I take a moment to shake the snow from my cloak. Of course a woman did, you dumbass. It's called birth. Shall we? The flower glossary has been added. Ooh. I like flowers. Almighty God of language, lend us your eyes, and we will see truth. Lend us your hand, and we will guard life. Lend us your tongue, and we will speak power. Ooh, sent you the demo disc picture so you could see it. Ooh, let me see. Oh! Oh, wow, yeah. That looks very similar to GU's demo disc. That's cool. My pride possession. Ooh. I got to watch the Final Fantasy 15 cast to VA? Oh my god. Oh wow. That's so cool. That is really cool. You got some really awesome stuff, Kamada. Yeah, let's check out the flower glossary. Does the cast thing change as well as you go through, or kind of like how Umineko does it? Palicia, meaning fire, a perennial popular in the mosaic for its vivid, hardy flowers, historically loved by a queen of the pre-mosaic nation of Palais, for whom it was given its modern name. From the reading of Kesserat, give unto us a single ember, a blinding spark to open the dawn. How does one speak the flower language with a stutter? Like me. Also, forgot to mention that it's fun to check the flower glossary and character bios in between the story. Okay, I will be sure to also check if there's anything new in the character bio. I assume it's whenever the eyeball pops up, because I did see like the eyeball pop up that says like the character's name, so I was like, is that the name of the chapter, or did the character bio update? Louis, I, how do you pronounce his name? Luik's commentary. The Policia is a textbook example of how meanings tend to shift with color. Flowers run the gamut between gold and deep red, the former conveying feelings of warmth and comfort, while the later evokes the power of wild, destructive flame. Oh, okay, it's a Chara bio update. Okay. So we will also check out the new bio updates then. Common dandelion, meaning mundanity. A perennial herb with sunny yellow flowers. Though generally considered a weed, the common dandelion possesses significant medicinal and culinary value. From the readings of Kesserat, word without wit, wind without breath, feather among the flock. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Riza. Lewis's commentary. It's somewhat rare for Phaimic meanings to align with the popular perception of a flower, as in this case. Really, the dandelion is anything but mundane, but I'll admit that the shift in reputation makes it a bit easier to work with. And we got accent rose, yellow, meaning physical mending, that which is broken set right. If you put dandelion in my food, I'll bite you. What? But dandelion tea is pretty good. Have you not had dandelion tea? I like it a lot. Dandelion and echinacea tea is pretty good. It also, helps with your throat. I remember I used to, have... I need to buy, a new box of tea. Because I used to have that for whenever I did, intense VA. Or, intense streams with a lot of years. Or years? With a lot of hours. Intense VAing for a lot of years. I just non-stop VA for a year straight. I have the tea to drink. An ancient cultivar selected for its purity of meaning, distinguishing it from the vast majority of modern garden roses. Its resistance to cold made it attractive to the early settlers of Tarn. From the readings of Kesserat, I am brought under, brought within. I am made and remade. Lewis's commentary. It's something of a miracle that the accent rose has endured this long, let alone managed to gain some popularity within the mosaic. It is frequently mistaken for the tower rose, another common hybrid with which it shares some ancestry, but I found that the disparity and nuance between their meanings is minor enough to work around. Not in my salad? What if he wants to be bitten? Well, I can't back down now, can I? You've had dandelion in your salad? I don't think I've ever had dandelion in my salad. I have had dandelion in my tea, and I thought it was very good. And it's very good for your throat, I think, from what I remember. Let's see, the not quite customer... Don't think that's anything changed. Huh. Is it like the little things here? The blessed? Oh, it's kinda... Is it kinda like Tales titles? Cause yeah, I don't think that their titles had that before. Like, you're already eating leaves. You may as well eat flowers if they're edible. That's true. That's true. There's not much of a difference between leaves and flowers, is there? The temple is quiet and barren. Okay, so we got Luik the Witness. Kinda, yeah. You can scroll through the titles to see different descriptions. Oh, I see. Wait. How do I do that? Huh. I don't know how to do it. Because I'm like trying to scroll. Maybe progress a bit further. Oh, okay. The temple is quiet and barren. In other words, more or less what I expected. Yet, stepping through the door sends a chill through me all the same. More than anything, though. Wonder if I click this, if it'll do anything? I can't see shit. One moment. I have just the thing. Another flower? No, let me. I brought a flashlight. Oh, wonderful. That's much more convenient. The Hollow Temple. Who is this? I guess the god of this place? Why the uncertainty? Don't you recognize them from your dream? Yeah. The people of Aksend were monotheists originally. Over time, various aspects of their god came to be worshipped as separate entities. This is Tanum, the aspect of truth. Traditionally, you're supposed to confess any acts of dishonesty before their image. Oh, sorry for pretending to be sick. But I already came clean about that, so I should be all squared away, right? I don't see why not. Really, it's more an encouragement to make amends with the people we've wronged. Let's have a look around. So, what was this temple built for? Any ideas? Hard to say. The entrance is the only part that feels anything like a place of worship. When explorers found it, there were traps around every corner. It took years for the path to be opened, even this far. You know a lot. Everyone needs a hobby, though I doubt I'm telling you anything you haven't read. I only cared about whether the sovereignty could be here. Didn't get it too into the details. No? But this place was the talk of the tower for years. All the ancient discovery reports on TV. But maybe those were before your time. Maybe. Haven't missed much then. At the end of all that fuss, they didn't find anything. You could say it put a damper on the whole treasure hunting craze. What, everyone gave up because one ruin turned out to be empty? There was a bit more to it than that, but essentially, yes. But I've done enough to lower your expectations, haven't I? Why don't we see for ourselves what they found? The central chamber is pure darkness, almost as though we've stepped into a void. At least, until Yizme's flashlight reveals the walls. Plain stone on every side. You know, I actually have my own theory about this place. Do tell. I think it's fake. This room, most of all. What we're seeing doesn't exist. It's like a shared hallucination. That's certainly an interesting theory. But you can feel it, can't you? Something's off. My footsteps slow. You think it's some sort of illusion, then? Not quite. Illusions are new magic. The kind of trick any kid in the mosaic can do. This is something else. Something older. Something that gives you the brainworms and go delulu. Like the magic you've been nice enough to demonstrate for me. You seem stumped. Well, let me tell you something else. I didn't put on the sick girl act for whatever random treasure hunter happened to feel sorry for me. I came here for you. Oh! Oh, damn. Okay. Alright. Her voice slowly circles me in the darkness. You had a bit of a reputation back home, didn't you? The Messenger, a normal little flower shop where people in the know could buy magic. Oh, good afternoon! Good afternoon, Danik! Hope you're doing good. I had my doubts, but you did away with those real quick. Couldn't resist showing off to a cute, helpless girl, I guess. And where did you hear all of this about me? I bring my hand to my chest, feeling for a familiar flower pinned there, touching upon a memory. Let's just say I had a reliable source. Woman, am I right, fellas? But I'm sick of talking, aren't you? Why don't we get down to business? God forbid women do anything! I think that'll be a bit hard under these circumstances, Yuzme. Let's have some light. Oh? Oh! And there she is, her features shadowed by a velvety hood, a new cloak woven from nothing in the blink of an eye, still fresh and crackling with the energy of creation. This is artisanry, so-called new magic, but certainly no child's trick. Did I show up at an inopportune time again? That depends on your position on toxic woman, whether that's a good thing or not. I think it's quite good, actually. I believe in a woman's wrongs. See? The light I've summoned falls strangely on the floor, piercing more than the shadows. Your magic is the key. Even a little spark shows this place for what it really is. You can get me in. But you already knew that, right? After all, you've been here before. I watch my reflection, fading in and out on the impossibly rippling stone. When I agreed to be your escort, it was in the hope of convincing you that there is nothing here. But I've badly underestimated you, Yuzme. I see that now, so let me tell you the truth. This place fills me with dread. You're right, I've stood here once before, many years ago. I felt the same then. I strongly believe that whatever sleeps here should never be woken, whether it's the sovereignty or anything worse. And now that I've done as I promised you, I think I should be on my way. I'm not eager to delve any further into the secrets of the past. Oh, that's fine. I'm not telling you to be eager. I'm telling you. Oh shit, she's got a gun! To do it. Oh! Now, let's stay calm. A shot rings out, searing my arm. I stumble to the floor. Did you not hear me? I said I'm sick of talking. I don't have all night. Well, stop. Please. I'll do as you say. That's more like it. But let me ask one thing first. Why not? Go ahead. Who is the person you're hoping to save by doing all this? Damn, the famous "what are you gonna do, shoot me" actually implemented. Save? Oh my god, you actually believe that stupid shit? She's so toxic, I love her. Listen, you want to know who all this is for? Me. But you're free to keep thinking of the sovereignty as my dead wife flower if that makes you feel better. I see. Well, thank you for your honesty. The white dawn's eye, in simple terms, light. Coincidentally, the first flower I read for the man who brought me to this place. I was a boy, lured by stories of illuminating the past, recovering the lost knowledge of the old world. I lent my power to his cause. Then I saw what he was truly after, and I turned my back on him. At least he allowed me that. With some effort, I withdraw my notebook and let it fall open into my lap. If the sovereignty exists here, then it has eluded treasure hunters in the backyard of the mosaic for half a century. Yet only a surface reading of light was enough to shake its final line of defense. Why? A particular page stops me. The sight calls a hazy memory of Tanim to my mind. Not the statue at the entrance, but a smaller image displayed in a relative's home once upon a time. I remember the brilliant sun rose that was always placed in a dish of water before the god, to be ritually invoked as soon as it began to wilt. In flower language, the sun rose falls towards the esoteric end of the scale, its meaning significant only to the followers of a dead faith. It seems to say, only for our people, only for our children. Not for me, I think. You look like you have an idea. Certainly not for this woman, but I feel a deadly brush against the back of my neck as she urges me on. Share with the class. Pleasing my ancestors is beyond me at this point. Still, useless apology flits through my mind before I turn it around towards the task at hand. At a simple acknowledgement, the dawn's eye opens to me, and I read. Where you walk, sight of Fayum, let truth not hide. Bit by bit, the enchantment begins to unravel, the room as we see it melting away. A rush of cold is the first sensation to tear through the veil, fresh flecks of snow on our faces, clouds of warmth from our lips, then the sound of trickling water. We stand in a courtyard, a fountain blanketed with lilies in vivid shades of pink and blue, ornate pillars on all sides, inscribed with the words of the poet. God, the scenery in this game is really nice. Gigi's world design is really good. This hollow temple is the most complete remnant of Accent to survive into the modern world. But that isn't what it was brought for, is it? At the center of the pool stands a peculiar door. Otherworldly light issues forth as a deep, resonant voice envelops us. Children of the Creator, come. Without hesitation, Yusume drops her weapon to the floor and throws herself into the light. But what compels me to approach? I place my hand through the door, and a palpable shift in atmosphere sends me reeling, as if from a burn. Somehow, I can feel the massive distance that lies between this side and the other. How many adventurers' hands fell short in the years before this moment? And if what lies beyond really is the power to remake the world, then what have I done? This time, I can't look away. I must steel myself and walk through. To a place built not by humans, not even by artisanry, a hall so pristine that every step feels almost improper. A realm divine. The Sovereign Hall. Honorable children of the Creator, you are welcome. At the end of the hall stands an altar guarded by a living statue. Its voice and manner are empty, and patches of feathers cover its body like ivy on a decaying building. From behind a winding scroll, the Guardian's eyes seem to stare at nothing. You have come to the resting place of the sovereignty. I am its voice. The ruling sovereign has failed. This world decays beyond salvation. But within you, I sense the approach of a stronger vision. In reaching this place, you proved your faith. Will you save this world? Very SMT vibes I'm getting now. Yusume! The sight of the voice so arrested me that I nearly forgot to call out to her, but she flashes only a quick grin at me before turning back towards the altar. I will. Then you must be tested. Didn't you just say that I proved myself? Maybe you shouldn't have dropped your gun then, Yusume. In reaching this place, you have proved your faith. You must next prove the faith of your witness. For a reason I cannot comprehend, terror clutches my chest. Wait. With a swift motion, the winding scroll becomes rigid, sharp. The voice's hand finds Yisme's back to steady her, and the newly formed blade finds her heart. Eh? Oh shit! Damn! Her face remains contorted in shock as she slumps to the floor, clearly dead even before I rush thoughtlessly to her side. Yisme, oh god. But the voice watches me with unfeeling eyes. Why do you grieve? What? Did you not come as her witness? Say the prayer and she will be reborn. I don't understand. What prayer? A binding of souls. A pledge to usher her unto the seat of the sovereignty, at the cost of your freedom, at the risk of your life. Will you do this? This does not sound like a good deal. As if it's the simplest question. And she'll die otherwise? She has died. Already her soul slips away, drawn to rest. But say the prayer and she will be reborn. I guess she'll get the soul of sovereignty then. Hey! I'll do it. Louiswa? Why did I call him Louiswa? Louis! What has she done to deserve this? He must just be into the bad bitches. He's like, she's hot, I'll help out. Then speak the words. Restless soul by sovereignty marked, to you I offer willing hands. Willing. To. The voice's steady tone begins to falter. No. No more of this. Not again. No more. No more! The sovereignty of the hall is shattered. As the voice lets out a terrible cry, I catch a glimpse of its eyes shining with rage and fear. Begone! The spirit unfurls its wings, great banners of flame. I stagger back from the altar, my senses already muddled with the smell of smoke. I can't linger. And so I hurry away, down stairs that twist and buckle violently beneath my feet. Through the gate, trampling the carpet of water lilies, through the halls of the temple, stumbling out into the cold. Suddenly, there's a loud sound, like a burst of flame at my back. Then nothing. 2 weeks? Her curls glittered in the sunlight as she shook her head. Why 2 weeks? 2 weeks is no time at all, sweetheart. Who knows? You might not even want to come back by the end of it. I'll be dead by the end of it. Now, none of that. Oh, hey, Crystal! Thank you for the hide. Wait. Oh, what about DeVal's? You love that place. Hope you're doing good, Crystal. The bakery's name clearly sparked her interest. I could almost see the reflection of that chocolate raspberry cake she so loved in hers. Ooh, that sounds good. Then, stubbornly, she closed them. Well, they're opening one here, so that's not even exciting anymore. Aaliyah. Oh, is it... Does he have a dead wife? Or a dead friend? Maybe this is the dead friend that he was, like, looking at that flower solemnly over. Hi, Bun Bun. Of course I'm doing good. I'm watching you. Oh, oh, thank you. I'm glad. It's nice seeing you. Work with me here, please. Oh, is this his daughter or something? I know you'd rather stay. If I had it my way, you could. But this is the reality of it. There's nothing I can do. Nothing? Maybe one small thing. Yeah, looks like his family or something. Does this mean skipping 2 weeks into the future? Actual single dad, Lewis. Up. Finally, a real smile. Matter, yield to memory, that two may dwell as one. The poet wrote that about the cloud sage. I thought you hated that stuff. I do, but that one's not so bad. Steadying my heart, I folded her hand slightly in mine and began to speak with purpose. Be present for a moment, Leah. Hear my voice. Feel your weight where you stand. Savor the scent of roses on the air. Even consider how much I'm boring you with all this. So he's listening intently, but dignified me with another smile anyway. Know that memory ties you here. However far you wander, it will lead you back. And with that, I've done the complicated part. All you need to do is remember. God, he looks so sweet in this CG. A skeptical look crossed her face. I can use this to just come home? Whenever? Only for a little while. Save it for when you really need it, okay? Is he gonna use that same flower now? The wind howls. I wake to my guest room. Somehow, I've made it back. As I slowly sit up, my eyes focusing, the events at the temple bubble to the surface of my memory. Okay, so he must have used the flower. I was shot, wasn't I? But the tear on my sleeve has been mended, patched with artisanry over my bandaged arm. The lingering pain is all that reminds me of it now. And there's that blizzard that was still on the horizon when we left. Would Yusume have been caught in it if... I don't know who that is, but I would trust him to bandage my scraped knee and teach me how to fix my car. He would definitely at least bandage your scraped knee. I don't know if he knows how to work a car. He would also cook you something nice on top of that. True. He's very male wife coded. Maybe I could use a bit more rest. And back to sleep so soon. Oh shoot! Yusume, how? What happened to you? And what do you think? I fucking bit it. You saw what that thing did to me. Well, this is my first time speaking with a ghost. I might need a moment to get my bearings. Well, this is my first time being a ghost and it fucking sucks! Nobody can see me except you, and believe me, I've tried everything. Meanwhile, Yusume would take your lunch money and call you a bitch 100%. Binding of souls. I wonder. What the hell are you talking about? guardian we saw, the voice, it told me to recite a prayer naming you my god, effectively. The way I heard it, that would have resurrected you. What? Wait, what? Yusume, did you not anticipate any of this? Are you joking? I told you the whole reason I went out on a limb was my reliable source. Not so fucking reliable, it turns out. Oh my god, stomach, stop growling. I was expecting the sovereignty to be hard to get. I didn't know this shit was part of the deal. Maybe it isn't. Something happened before I could finish that prayer. The voice went berserk all of a sudden. Then finish it now. How can I? I never heard the whole thing. Now that I think on it, the words I did manage at the altar have already faded like a dream from my memory. But before I can say this, footsteps approach. Oh, good. You were out for a full day. I was starting to get worried. I did what I could for your arm, but I'm no doctor. I should have just let you take care of it yourself. Not at all. Thank you, Alma. The shield brought you back. A search team went out to the temple after they saw some kind of light there, and... Anyway, there's a cop waiting downstairs. I tried to get rid of him, but he's hell-bent on grilling you. Kept asking me about that girl you went with. Hey, what happened out there, Luick? I thought the temple didn't have anything. Certainly not anything worth getting shot over. I'm not sure what happened, Alma. I'm sorry. Still out of it, huh? Well, I'm sorry to send him right up, but he'll get suspicious if I take too long. Don't worry about me. I'll be alright. With a little nod, she reluctantly heads off. Linglice. Come again? The cop who's here looking for me. I saw him come in while you were out. A real VIP, I take it? God, no. He'd cream himself if he heard you say that. Helpful to know. What is he, then? Right now, a church lapdog. Not that he'll admit to being here on their business. I doubt he even cares. I'm beginning to think I may have underestimated your religious family. Oh, you have no idea. Just don't tell him what happened at the temple. I don't want him to have the satisfaction of knowing I'm dead, even temporarily. Footsteps heavier than Alma's make their way near. When the door opens next, a stifling presence fills the room. Luak Ard. Oh, that is one hell of a beard. Luak Ard, Commander Theodore Langlice of the Shield. It's a pleasure to... Let's skip the pleasantries. I've wasted enough time in this pit as it is. Last night you made contact with a woman calling herself Yusume. Tell me everything you know about her. I see that this is an urgent matter, sir. Unfortunately, I don't have much information to provide. Yusume came to the inn last night seeking an escort to the temple. She claimed that her life... Yes, I heard all that from the innkeeper. What else did she say? Anything about who she was or where she came from? Nothing, actually. She was very quiet on our trip. After a few failed attempts at small talk, I decided to leave her be. And the temple? What happened there? I don't know. Just before we arrived, she pulled out a gun. I thought I heard her telling me to empty my pockets, but I was already frazzled from the journey. Without thinking, I ran. It was when she fired at me. I blacked out, and the next thing I knew, I was here. I don't think you're very good at lying, Luick. I do my best not to acknowledge Yusume's approving grin. When was the last time I had to lie so boldly? To an officer, no less. Ah, right. The search party found this at the scene. Look familiar? Yes, that's... the gun! Uh-oh. Relax. Convincing enough to the untrained eye, I'll give her that, but it's flimsy work. Like all her constructs. I doubt it would have fired a second shot without falling apart. He pulls the trigger, and the gun shatters into light. Like so. Punch him? Only a joke, I know. But then, what is this discomfort that falls upon me as she says it? That girl likes to call herself a master of illusion, as if that means anything. Artisanry without substance, without discipline. The best she can manage. Is it getting blurrier? My breathing grows deliberate. It's only when I become aware of my efforts to calm myself that I realize how tense I am. Yeah, it definitely is. Certainly, he's less than friendly. But was Langlais's voice always so... aggravating? Oh, are we, like, fusing our souls together and, like, we're starting to feel what Yzme feels? No, my exhaustion is to blame. But another voice rings clear in my mind. The voice of my new sovereign. Go on. Get him while his back's turned. Better yet, smash him with that chair. I am not myself. Though I desperately will it to remain at my side, my trembling hand reaches out. Please. I say it without thinking, a strained whisper. I guess that's why it was so easy for him to lie. Oh? Oh, what's this? Wait, you said something about naming me your god. And now, you'll have to obey me? Is that it? Oh, this is great, actually! I just thought it was funny to... Wait, what did she say? It's funny to imagine, but now I really want to see you wring Langlais's greasy neck. Are you listening, Mr. Ard? She's so bad. Pardon me. Yes, I'm listening. All at once, that oppressive feeling recedes. I still cling to the chair, more to brace myself. No, I can't throw away a perfectly good pawn now. You and I still need to make this official, don't we? Alright, I think that's all we have to discuss. Leaving one last order out of business. Which is? The details of our investigation are highly classified, Mr. Ard, but rest assured, I mean to smoke her out. Don't care! Out of my way! What? Commander! A young officer throws the door open, shoving her way past the temporary guard. What in the hell? Commander Langlais, sir! Please! Is it true? You're going to destroy it? We're done here. I mean to smoke her out. Bro's gonna hotbox the mansion just to prove he ain't weak. Yeah, hi, Barn! Welcome. We have found another golden toxic woman. How are you doing? Sir, wait! You can't! We're barely even... Wait! The officer follows Langlais back through the door. I hear their footsteps thundering down the stairs and out of the lamplight. Yzme drifts towards the window, listening to the frantic voice until it becomes too distant to make out. Since, like, Yzme's kind of like a ghost now to Luik, it's like kind of reminded me of how Sai was in, like, Fragile Dreams. How she'd be, like, making jokes and being really out of pocket and being like, come on, you can do it, you're a man, aren't you? Yusume drifts towards the window, listening for the frantic voice until it becomes too distant to make out. Yes, please! Yeah, toxic blonde woman, yup. I'm intrigued. Her gaze lingers on the horizon, as if she can see across the distance to where her body lies. Yeah, so she threatened us with a gun, shot us, made us make a pact with some creature for her to become our god, and now she's a ghost that's like haunting us and can like possess us, I guess. It strikes me then how ghostly she seems, truly a fading spark of life. I see nothing wrong with anything you've said. Whatever I managed at the altar was enough to tether her to this world, to me. But her silence now tells me that she and I have arrived at the same conclusion. Don't forget that she lied about being sickly to have you be your bodyguard. Yep, that too. She has died. Already her soul slips away. And that portal to the sovereignty. Fuck. They destroyed the temple. Fuck. I'm really dead. I'm really gonna die here. Let's not panic yet. She seizes me then, her hands digging into my shoulders with such force as if to shatter them. Pain tears through me as my back hits the wall. No! No! I am not going to die here! Not after all this. Not when I'm so close. Searing, relentless agony, unlike any I've felt. I can focus on nothing but holding myself together. Yusume, stop! You're going to go back to that temple. You're going to say that prayer. I don't care how you do it. I don't care if you have to die for it. All right, but please, enough. The merciful sound of ascending footsteps frees me at last. Alma. Also had a terrible case of dyslexia when I saw Yusume's name. Oh, wait. Yuzma drifts slowly towards the window. I mean, I've been pronouncing it like that anyway. Okay, back to bed with you. Now that they're gone, I can give you a piece of my mind. With a shooing motion, she ushers me to lie down, then sighs, sitting softly at the foot of the bed. Very sane woman. It's okay, as long as you can make the Yzma balls joke. Loic, listen to me. You can't help everyone. I know how badly you want to, but sooner or later, you're gonna end up with more than a bloody arm. And then, who will be there when Layla wakes up? Well, I've already been possessed by a spirit that wants to kill me, so I'm already too far gone, Alma. I'm sorry. You've been at this for months. If that miracle flower of yours was around, you'd have found it by now. I get that you're spinning your wheels here because you need someone to help, even if it can't be her, but this isn't good for you. I think it's time for you to help yourself. Move on. Better yet, go home. Oh, did his, daughter, get sick or something? And maybe it won't take a miracle, you know. Maybe it'll just happen one day. In fact, I've heard about patients who've... Alma, please. Sorry. Look, I've said my piece. You get some rest. With that, she goes, shutting the door behind her. Yzma hasn't taken her eyes off me once, but I lack the words to say to her. Instead, I turn towards the little bedside table, where my notebook lies undisturbed. I pick it up and hold it for a moment. I still remember the look on my daughter's face when she realized that the meager enchantment I've woven could not end her trip on the second day. What it could do was project the image of home to her, and her to me, while she remained very much where she was. Needless to say, she was less happy with the results. You told me this would take me home! I like that you've now started pronouncing it as Yzma. Oh, I've been pronouncing it as Yzma. I told you it would let you visit. Bringing you from here to here would be big magic, and too dangerous for you, so don't try to improvise. Then you do it! Come on, is it really so bad over there? Yes? She stomped forward, forgetting the limitations of the spell, and seemed to stumble over something I couldn't see. Probably a piece of furniture on her side. Oh, I thought I heard you pronounce it as Yzme. Oh, Yzme? A few times? I may be deaf. I might have. I might have been unconsciously switching between Yzme and Yzma. Ow! Careful, honey. See? There's so much stupid stuff here! And of course it's all gold and sparkly and ugh! Oh, you know her tastes. I had to wear the worst outfit yesterday and smile and talk to all these strangers for hours. Smiling at strangers? Well, that's just inhumane. Did you get a fancy dinner out of it, at least? I wish I didn't. They were fish eggs. What's wrong with fish eggs? What? That does it, Leah. I'm getting you out of there. Dad! No, don't try to talk me down now. I'm already on the line with... Yes, hello? Authorities? They're serving my daughter caviar? There it was. The grin that pretended to be sick of my antics. I loved that look. But as her gaze drifted past me, it began to fade. Indistinct as it was, she could see the couch where she would usually collapse after school, home at last. The spot where she'd be laughing at me now, if she were truly here. She grew still. I hate it here. Oh, honey. The moment I set aside my work, she ran towards me and collided with thin air. The wall. The spell is stupid. Hey. I laughed as I made my way to her. Aww. I can do this at least. I miss you. I miss you more. But hang in there for a while, Laya. You'll be home before you know it, I promise. Oh, so sweet. My skin prickles painfully under Yzma's glare, reminding me of where I am, but my eyes remain fixed on the notebook. What is a spell but a thing that bees do to prove how smart they are? I could return home. The sage alone wouldn't do it, but joined with one or two others. I could be back to the shadow comfort of the Mosaic Inn in an instant. Oh my god, I read that really badly. I could be back to the shadow comfort of the Mosaic in an instant. Too far from that doomed temple to do anything about it. Even if Yzme followed, death would claim her before long. I tucked the notebook away into my pocket. Let's go, Yzme. There's another route we can take. Beneath the lamplight sleeps a secret, an old auction hall where Mosaian collectors once bid on relics from outside, free from official regulation. What eventually brought an end to these auctions was not the attention of the authorities, but the dwindling value of old world treasures in the eye of the rich. Looking back, perhaps this was the earliest death rattle of the spirit of discovery. Oh, hello. Is this a snowmobile? My best chance of making it in time. And there's the key, dangling carelessly from the ignition. What reason would she have to hide it? I don't like doing this, but I suspect I don't have a choice. Good to see you're catching on. You know, all this time, I thought you were a dead wife guy. Turns out it was a sick kid. No, I guess it could still be both. Lelia, huh? That's a cute name. Thank you. What, bad mood? At least you're alive. Maybe you should listen to your innkeeper friend and count your blessings. Alma means well. She has children of her own, you know. A grandson, last I heard. Any of them yours? I stare, but I admit there's a part of me that appreciates the attempt at levity. Can we throw her into hell or something? You don't like toxic women? When I last came to Tarn, I was still a student. Alma was running the lamplight even then, at the end of its heyday. Even then, she was just as much of a grouch, and just as caring beneath it all. The town was completely different, though. Warm, full of excitement, full of people. I'm sure she's going there eventually. Now, it's dying. Anyone can see that. Alma's kids moved back to the mosaic as soon as they were old enough, but she's still here, clinging to the warmth of those old days, I think. She's always treated me like family. She never let me say it, but I could work at the lamplight for the rest of my life and never repay the debt I owe. Eventually is not fast enough. And bless her, but she is a bit of a hypocrite. At the end of the day, she has her own stubbornness, just as I have mine. And what the hell does any of that have to do with me? Nothing, but thank you for listening. I need to clear my mind. We're almost there. She's so mean. Almost. A pillar of light, absent on our first voyage out, pierces the distant sky above the mountain. Little wonder the shield came running, if this is what they saw. As the hollow temple rises into view, so does the great shadow hovering beside it. A shield airship, Commander Langleis's very own. I pull over at the broken bridge, helpless to stop what comes next. Of course it was impossible for us to outpace him. Still, I hoped, naively, that the commander might have shown restraint, if not respect for the history of the place. Amid the smoking rubble, I found no trace of that peculiar light. It's not over yet. There must still be a way. Yzma. Uh-oh. She says nothing, as though the very will to speak has left her. Yzma. Let's not give up here. Oh hey, Linux might have gotten his wish. Can she even hear me? Perhaps the far-off hope of returning to the Sovereignty's Hall was the only thing sustaining her. Perhaps the call of rest has swayed her weary soul. Either way, her time is drawing to an end here. I take the notebook from my pocket. Countless hours spent lingering over one peculiar flower has formed a slight gap in the pages. These days, I can find it without looking. Woo! There was a part of me that thought like Alma, that you'd wake up by some twist of fate, even without a miracle cure. That was why I took this along, so that I could be with you as soon as you opened your eyes, cry with you no matter how far from home I was. But that won't just happen, will it? So, let matter yield to memory. Let the Sovereignty's guardian hear my voice, and its hall meet me where I stand. Let distance be no obstacle, if only for a moment. And please, please, let it be enough.
But where's Dylan?
I silence my desperate heart and focus. But even one visit to the Sovereignty's realm, memory tethers it to me. It's a faint connection, a spider's thread catching sunlight, but just enough to follow. It leads far above the mountain, higher and higher until stars fill my vision. Amid these, a single speck of familiar light. With a gentle pull on the thread, I beckon it nearer. Matter yields, shifting to allow the entry of a distant place. Smooth, glossy stone nestles into the snow-drenched earth. Light without dawn showers the trees. Howling winds grow mild, tamed by an unseen presence. Before you go any further, can I ask to check if the character bios updated? Oh yeah, sure. Ah, here we go. The florist. There's an old superstition that it can't hurt. Owner of the Messenger, an unassuming flower shop favored by an eccentric clientele, Mr. Ard had garnered a reputation for his talent to convey emotion through floral arrangements with uncanny accuracy. And we got the illusionist. You want to know who all this is for? Me. A ruthless schemer determined to find the Sovereignty at any costs. She works artisanry with incredible ease, seemingly able to fashion anything in seconds, including her flashy attire. Oh, and I think, yeah, that's new too. The runaway. I'm guessing there's someone you want to save, no matter what. Well, I have that too. Treasure hunter after the Sovereignty, the legendary power to reshape all of creation to one's desires. Perhaps she's not truly suffering from a mysterious affliction after all, but a shadow still seems to loom over her heart. At least she can say shit now. Got Lelia Ard, the dreamer. Does this mean skipping 2 weeks into the future? Loic's only daughter, a clever and spirited girl. Though she greatly admires her father and helps out in his shop from time to time, she aspires to become a famous writer someday. And then Theodore Langwise, the hunter. Let's skip the pleasantries. I've wasted enough time in the pit as it is. Blah, blah, blah. A commander of the Inner Shield. Theodore prides himself on having achieved his prestigious rank at such a young age through hard work. And while his skill at artisanry deserves some credit, he would likely be stationed at Tarn as an outer shield patrolman, if not for his family's considerable wealth. He seems to know and despise Yzma personally. And let's check the glossary. Got Sunrose, meaning Tanem, the divine aspect of truth. A flowering shrub with succulent leaves and deep magenta flowers. Due to the sunrose's low tolerance for cold, ancient horticulturists employed magic to help it thrive in the harsh winters of Oxend. From the readings of Kesserat, where you walk, sight of Fayum, let truth not hide. Luke's commentary. It would be reasonable to assume that the sunrose also represents the virtue of truth itself, but divorced from its religious context, it has no power at all. Some take this as undeniable proof of the existence of the aspects, but I think the reality is a bit more complicated than that. Dawn's Eye, white, meaning light, breaking through darkness after a storm, sometimes written as Dawn's Eye, an annual herb with brilliant light flowers. The ring of blue ray florets at its center is its most eye-catching feature. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Jackie! In the readings of Kesserat, her gilded hands tear down the veil and end at last my wandering. Luke's commentary. An urban legend claims that the Dawn's Eye radiates faint light in total darkness. though only when a single person is near to see it. Many consider this nonsense, but I've heard from a few who swear by it. I think it's fascinating. A flash of perception, perhaps? Proof of the latent potential for flower reading that all of us possess. Cloud sage, meaning return to a place remembered. A perennial herb native to the plain south of Arrakest. In the summer months, its fragrant flowers attract a wide variety of pollinators. In the readings of Kesserat, matter yield to memory, that two may dwell as one. Loic's commentary, memory is a powerful thing in many ways. We are what we remember. Through this particular lens, we are what we remember, and our memory serves as a more literal touchstone. When the mosaic first rose, the cloud sage was not among the species preserved within its walls. By some miracle, it survived anyway, becoming a symbol of homecoming to those brought unwillingly under the builder's wing. Alright, nice. I readied myself to face the guardian spirit as I remember it, ablaze in anger, its feathers stained with blood. Instead, as its figure begins to rise before me, all is still. Yzma's corpse lies not at the floor as I expect, but cradled in the arms of the voice itself. The creature hangs its head placidly, as if lost in thought. Upon noticing my half-there presence, its mouth opens in surprise. You have returned my Fayum's gift. The voice of the sovereignty. I come as Yzma's witness. Give me the words and I will pray. Why? Her time has nearly expired. You may yet retreat from this place and be free. But I won't. Please, give me the words. She has deceived you, injured you. She has brought nothing but misfortune upon you. Understand that in doing this, you surrender to her will and to the end of the world. I wonder how much you know about me, or about the circumstances that led me here. Perhaps more than I do. Even so, let me explain myself. About a year ago, my daughter fell ill. Her affliction has no cure. I left home in search of a miracle, which I have yet to find. Her smile is all I have, and now I must reckon with the possibility of never seeing it again. I don't know what to do with myself. I tried to be a helping hand in Tarn, but Mom was right. It's a bandage over my grief. I think this is no different. Even if my daughter can't be saved, even if the glimmer of hope I've been chasing is a fantasy. Right now, I beg you, let me at least have the comfort of saving someone. Aw, even her. Whoever Yzma was before we crossed paths, I have no idea. But nothing she did for me, however wrong, was deserving of death. What a horrible way to die. The sovereignty is the power to remake your world. Consider the world she will make. Can it be so much worse than this one? You're sounding like an SMT protagonist there. An uneasy silence stretches on. Man's will is divine. Man's judgment is divine. Witness, speak the words. Restless soul by sovereignty marked, to you I offer willing hands to toil, a willing heart to bear your name, a willing voice to praise, willing eyes to witness the end. I mean, mood though, considering the state of the world right now, for real. I too would make a pact with a hot woman to change the world. To avert the death of the world, the builder raised a great tower, a new home for all humanity. But the true death of the world had not yet been born. She had not yet reared up over the mountains, crowned in the glory of dawn. Her gaze had not yet pierced the hearts of the shield, and sown fear in their depths. It's a jester. Kill jester. Oh shit. Exalted Yzma. Oh. Don't look so shocked. Didn't you come all this way to smoke me out? This is Final Fantasy as fuck. This is the shield. Dispel this construct at once and... I know exactly who you are, Theodore. But I guess you're still confused about what I am. I am a god marked by the sovereignty. I am light and hunger. I will devour this world. Kefka-ass motherfucker, honestly, for real. But there might be a place for you in mine. We both know how good you are at licking boots, Commander. Feel like giving these a taste? Open fire! Hear me? Fire! Now! At Langlyce's command, a burst of cannon fire rings out. But the assault falls like snow, soft then still, empty to purpose at the unseen touch of the divine. A gentle lift of her head sends the onslaught soaring back. This song's so good! God help me. What have I unleashed? Heavy damage, sir. Your orders? Fall back. I'm not dying for this. Did you not hear me? Fall back. I can't, sir. The controls won't respawn. Meteor. Yzma the Divine. Delicious. Let's see. Oh, the Witness. Sworn servant to Yzma the Exalted. Oh. The Divine. I am light and hunger. I will devour this world. The end of humanity's refuge. So cool. I don't think Langlyce, yeah, they don't get anything. It's just these two. How delicious this is. The mosaic's finest, scrambling like roaches. Langlyce trying to look unbothered, barking at whoever's closest, as if they can help him escape. But this is my domain, a promise of the sovereignty to come. A single thought is all it takes to hold him in the palm of my hand. Not even enough firepower to destroy your shitty little ship, Theodore. What did you think it was going to do to me? He says nothing, but I can hear the stream of curses sloshing around in his skull. Maybe death is what you deserve. But I want you to tell your bosses what's coming. I want them to hear it straight from your lips. Now go. The ship shudders and obeys, trailing off into the builder's waiting hands. Exalted. A voice calls from above. Return in glory to my hall. And I can see it, just beyond the parted clouds, the place where the sovereignty dwells. So that's where it is. As I am now, the heavens are well within my reach. Loic. I sense his blood run cold. My faithful minion, we've received an invitation. Shall we go? After a moment, he cloaks his fear in a smile. As you wish. When I first set foot in this place, it was enormous, bright, overwhelming. Now, the voice of the sovereignty itself seems so small, like a caged bird. Seekers of the sovereignty, exalted and witness, be praised. You have overcome the first trial. The first? This world cries out for a worthy sovereign. You have not yet realized the fullness of your vision, nor manifested it by your works. This taste of godhood is momentary. Until you overcome the remaining trials, you must continue to walk the earth as a human. What? Worry not. You should draw power from the faith of those who pledge devotion to you. This witness, too, is your strength. So long as he lives, you remain immortal. Now, a second trial awaits in the remains of Arakest. Go in triumph, exalted. Wait, no! Too bad, Yzma. I always figured that if I ever tried to go to heaven, I'd get thrown out. In a way, this is poetic, which doesn't make me feel any better. My borrowed godhood unravels around me, leaving me completely bare. I don't even have the will for magic, let alone the strength. I can only close my eyes and sink, small, pathetic, and exhausted enough to die a second time. Rip to Yzma. He got. Man, I'd be upset too if I had a super short trial period for Godhood, right? Oh god, that's gonna make her doing that to that one guy be even worse, because now if they come and find her, she can't actually do all that shit. I wake in a patch of grass. No snow in sight. This must be it, right? In the afterlife? But no. When I look down, I find that strange scar branching out across my chest, still glowing. My bare chest. Guess it makes sense that my glamour fell off when I died. A cream-colored coat lies draped over the rest of me. This is when I'd usually get myself in order. A new costume, a painted face. But thinking about spending any effort on magic right now makes me want to go right back to sleep. Who cares? Good morning. Oh. He sits with his back to me while I slip my arms through the sleeves of his coat. I can't make myself a new one. I've never had the knack for artisanry that you seem to. But keep it as long as you'd like. I'm in no position to ask anything of you now. Where are we? Who knows? If I had to guess, I'd say the sovereignty flung us a bit farther south of home than Tarn, which is considerate since we're most likely being expected there. Ooh, this music's so good. He pats the ground. Why don't you come and sit down, Yzma? You've had a long night. Why? Why? If you're asking why I revived you, I had a little conversation with the voice about that. I'm relieved you missed it, honestly. I doubt you'd have liked to sit through all that sentimental nonsense. Give me the short version. I wasn't prepared to watch someone die. I saved you because I wanted you to live, to have a chance to seize your dreams, however selfish that is. But if If I can just point you a bit further, I don't believe that everything you told me on the way to the temple was a lie. About the person you wanted to save with the sovereignty, I mean. Even if it was yourself. Then you're an idiot. That's something I can live with. I've already told you what I want. If you didn't believe me, that's on you. And from now until the day I remake this world, you serve me. Don't expect any pity just because you tricked yourself into it. But if you make yourself useful, I don't see the harm in keeping an eye out for your sick kid Flower along the way. Very kind. How shall I make myself useful then? Don't ask me that yet. I just want to sit here for a while. Then that's what we'll do. Maybe she's not so bad after all. I mean, she is bad, but... In the beginning, you looked to the horizon and foresaw the death of the world. To preserve life, you raised this great tower, this new home for all of humanity, our mosaic. When the farthest reaches, you gathered every soul together into your embrace. But now... What's that? Now, your children are lost. They've forgotten your grace and your love. They've forgotten themselves. Seduced by the outer voice, they wander in darkness, blind to your perfect vision. I ask now that you let them see. Let them behold you in your glory as I have. Return to us and set your world right, please. O architect of our refuge, Lord of peace, merciful builder, titty haver. What's that? And let's save our progress. For real, I couldn't stop staring. Titties are out. They're still rocking that designer collar. And yeah, that was chapter 1. Ooh. Might do a little bit of chapter 2, but I might not do the full chapter 2. Because I think this goes up to chapter 2, right? Do you remember the 21st night of September? The vents were open that day, letting the wind pass through. Real wind, not the stuff they normally churned out to keep people from going crazy. This was the wind that lived and breathed, that I could swear blew my hair into my face on purpose. The sound of it took me to places I could never imagine seeing with my own eyes. I didn't totally understand why, but I kept coming back to the roof on ventilation days. Yeah, I think this is chapter 2 now. But that particular day, a teacher saw me. I learned we weren't actually supposed to be going up on the roof. Too dangerous. I got detention, which I didn't take all too well. I was a good student. I could handle teasing, rumors, even being alone, as long as I didn't disappoint anyone. That was different. 30 minutes in a room I'd never seen the inside of before. I put on my bravest face and opened the door. It was meant to be a quiet place to reflect. Prayer was encouraged, never required. But how could I do anything else? The second I entered the room, my eyes were glued to his image, larger than life on the wall. His gaze, too sacred for our sight, pierced the veiling hands and fell squarely on me. He knew how afraid and upset I felt, how harsh I thought my punishment was, and he sympathized with me. But was it so simple? Was going up to the roof the only wrong I'd done? I stood before him, dumbfounded and defenseless. The layers of my heart fell away one by one. I could hear a jumble of my own thoughts echoing in my mind. What had I been so obsessed with? The wind that lived and breathed. What did that even mean? Places I could never imagine seeing. The outside, the rotten world we'd been saved from. I lived in safety and comfort, in the loving embrace of the Almighty. I daydreamed about going out into the dead wilderness. What was wrong with me? My lip trembled, my fists clenched. Disgust welled up in me, but the thought of crying was worse. If anyone deserved to cry, shouldn't it be the one whose love I'd thrown away? And yet, he smiled at me. Softly, patiently waiting for me to go to him. Please. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. You know what's in my heart. I try my best, but I'm weak, and... Tears blurred my vision. I blinked them away. And with clear eyes, and a smile that hadn't changed, he still waited. A sick feeling spread through my stomach, and I knelt. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was imagining things. I was letting the voice in, but that isn't what I want. I want to live in your vision. I want to be remade. So, please. He continued to wait. What was it? What hadn't I done? My breath grew short and frantic. The world around me started to spin. Finally, the thought struck me to look elsewhere for the source of his disappointment. And for the first time, I saw you there. You leaned with your back against the wall, looking at nothing, ignoring him. How can you just stand there? Bitch, his ass is not listening. He's a painin'. The words spilled out. I barely even heard myself shouting. You just lifted your eyebrows at me. You know you don't have to do all that, right? What? We're in here for 28 more minutes, then we can go. Praying isn't gonna pass the time any faster. It only been 2 minutes? Man, imagine someone walks in detention and the first thing they do is start having a religious breakdown. I'm not trying to pass the time. I want to make things right with him. What did you do? That's for him to judge. Wasn't gonna judge, just curious. Hey, well, wanna know why I'm here? They caught me on the scaffolding again. I mean, they'll throw the book at me for any reason, but that was today's. The scaffolding? Like, on the... outside, yeah. That's... what? Why? Isn't that dangerous? Have you ever felt the wind out there? It's nothing like inside. Once you really feel it, you'll never get over it. At least, I have. I can't breathe sometimes when I think about living here forever. That's why, as soon as I get the chance, I'm out. I stared in silence. Man, I knew it. You are cool. Sorry? Me? You haven't rolled your eyes. If you think I'm crazy, at least you're being nice. I'm kind of here for the same reason as you. What? Whoa, for real? The wind is different. It really is. This too is Yuri. Let's go, Yuri! Woo! I just like to breathe it in. Sometimes I swear I can even. In the corner of my eye, I saw the builder's smile turn cold. Never mind. What? No, don't look at him. Forget his stupid face. Think about my face instead. Smooch in my face. I flinched. He's not... Don't say that. Okay, sorry. You can look at him if you want. Or you can look at me. They really just said look at me. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. He walked around opposite the image so that I'd face away to follow. I was nauseous. My heartbeat pounded in my ears. But I did follow you. And you smiled, big and bright and fearless under the builder's gaze. I didn't realize it then, but that smile healed me more than his ever had. That's gay. When did I start hating you for it? Toxic Yuri? Chapter 2, The Beast. There are no stories about the builder's rise to power. His faithful hands would tell you he was always a god, that he created the world and everyone in it. Alright, let's... Oh wait, to chapter 2. Oh. Did anything change for Yuzma? Don't think so. Not yet. A well-meaning, holy idiot with no clue what mortal life was like. No wonder the mosaic was the best he could do. Maybe if I looked at it that way, I'd be playing the part of a hero. Too bad I know better. Sovereignty. The power to reshape the world. A legend that eluded even the mosaic's so-called greatest treasure hunter. And it was mine. Everything I could dream of was mine. Until it wasn't. You have not yet realized the fullness of your vision, nor manifested it by your works. Until you overcome the remaining trials, you must continue to walk the earth as a human. Now, a second trial awaits in the remains of Urkest. Urkest, bleh. Urkest, some ruined capital. Loic knew the name. According to him, we'd arrived on foot in 2 days. A little persuasion made it 1 day with no breaks. Now, the sun sets beside us on a worn-down mountain path. Below us, a valley of thick fog, like endless nothing. I'm tired already. He's been lagging behind long enough by now that I had to raise my voice. I catch a flash of exhaustion on his face before he sweeps it under the usual smile. A bit. Whatever godly stamina the sovereignty has blessed you with seems to have skipped over me. But we're making good time. Perhaps we can spare an hour or so to rest. I asked for a yes or no, not an itinerary. Now keep walking before I make you crawl. As you wish. And then a little bow, and that's it. You know what? I've decided I am tired of walking. Carry me. This makes him pause, like he's unsure he's heard me right. But we both know there's no mishearing. Soon enough, he stoops slowly down to offer his back. Oh, I thought he was gonna bridal carry her. Yzma, please. Alright, off we go. That look on her face. You know you're not fooling anybody with the fake cheer, right? He laughs, barely. You yourself warned me not to expect sympathy, Yzma. If you prefer I begged for it now, you need only say the word. Now, I'd like to say the amount of heavy lifting I did at the shop would surprise you. On a better day, I might manage like this a while longer. Pour one out for Loic, but he also signed up for this, so yeah. You should have thought twice before you saved her life, bro. Sadly, between the lack of sleep and all of yesterday's excitement, I think we've discovered my physical limit. So, with apologies. Huh? Huh? Hey! Hey! Shit! Just like throw her. Fog everywhere. I can barely make out the mosaic shadow in the distance, past the slope we tumbled down from. But here's my witness. Collapsed a few paces away. He didn't fall that hard, did he? Hey. Yzma, take better care of him. If he dies, you die, right? No. If you die, I die. I'm not going out like this. Get up. That's an order. Maybe you should let him rest. People can die from, like, not getting any sleep. Your concern touches the heart. And you may rest assured your immortality is in no danger. If I can just have a minute to catch my breath. Oh, she got a new fit. Fine. Shame on me for expecting my sworn servant to get a little exercise for his god. What happens when I order you to do something you really don't want to? Such as? Oh, I don't know. Kill somebody? You'll want a more capable man for the job, I think. But I've already told you, I'm not convinced by that type of talk. Even without hearing the full truth, I believe you're searching for kindness. You're just as worthy of it as anyone. You're too forgiving, Loic. Please. Well, however I'm choosing to look at it, the decision's been made. No going back now, even if I might do some things differently given a second chance. Yeah, you really should have thought twice, bro. While we're on the subject, there's something I've been meaning to ask since we entered into this relationship together. Shoot. What is your vision for the sovereignty? What kind of world will you create with it? A world for me. What else? Yes, I imagine any sovereign hopeful would say the same. My question is more what that looks like exactly. Oh, reclining on a throne, naked servants feeding me little fruits, that kind of thing. I'm only encouraging you to give it some thought. After all, the voice seems to think your vision had a ways to go yet. If nothing else, have you considered the lives of ordinary people under your rule? Other than the naked servants, I mean. She's so real for that, by the way. If I could make a world, I would make a world where I am doted on by maids. So I feel you, Yzma. Yeah, she's just a simple girl with simple needs, for real. I also like... she just pretty much has the same world view as Celeste does. She just wants to be surrounded by butlers on her throne. That's all. You can have a thong if you're feeling modest. A benevolent god indeed. But let's cut this shit. What kind of world are you hoping I'm hoping for? Come again? I can believe that you saved me because you felt bad or whatever. That's fine. What I don't buy is that a smart guy like you wouldn't be looking for a way to make it worth his while. You say I'm worthy of kindness. In other words, if you're nice enough to me, you'll be able to call in a favor once I'm in charge. So, let's hear it. In fact, I'll take a wild guess. You're a kid, right? For better or worse, I've signed away my life. Am I wrong to hope it was for the better? So, you admit it. You must understand. I mean to save my daughter with or without your help. I was already prepared to manage without. But if the sovereignty does fall into your hands, there's one favor I think you'll be inclined to grant me. Oh? Now this I've got to hear. Yuzme, when I watched you rise from the temple as a god in all your glory, I was truly, deeply afraid. But as you issued your challenge to the shield, to the mosaic itself, a part of me rejoiced. That tower is the only home I've ever known. Within its walls lie the dearest treasures of my heart. And yet... Well, to make a long explanation short, I have a good feeling that you and I share more common ground than you think, my fellow heretic. Oh, okay. Alright. I'm sorry. Do you hear that? What? Uh-oh, is it the shield? Now I do. Slow approach of a propeller. Ugh. I don't need the headlights blaring through the mist to confirm my first thoughts. I know a shield SV when I hear one. Help is on the way! Please, remain calm! Great. The pilot makes a sloppy landing and rushes out to greet us. Oh, cute! Are you two alright? I heard a scream and... oh my goodness! You're her! She falls to her knees on the spot. Please, have mercy! I'll do anything you want! Oh, how cute! And what do you think you can offer a god? Get up. Maybe there's something you can do for my mortal deadweight. Well. Sure enough, the SV is packed with supplies. A blanket, a radiator, first aid stuff. Most importantly for my witness, a few pitiful rations. Thank you, truly. Don't mention it. And you? Wait, do gods eat? I've never, hosted one before. If you don't mind my asking, we've met, haven't we? Very briefly at the lamplight. Oh, that was the lady that ran in, yeah. Yeah. Felicie Ferre. Fel for short. Aloric Ard. Pleased to meet you properly, Miss Ferre. Likewise. But, really, this is our third time crossing paths. Yeah, I completely forgot this was here in the that was her in the last chapter. You'll have to forgive me. I only know the one other. You wouldn't remember the first time since, well, you were unconscious. Outside the Hollow Temple, I brought you back to Tarn. So I was like, oh yeah, from earlier. Oh. Really? Then I've fallen further into your debt. Not at all. I'm just happy to help. She's so cute. She sits there, staring into her lap for a while. Since we've run into each other like this, can I ask what happened at the temple? But I can't imagine you missed it. A towering deity struck down your superior's ship in plain view. Well, yes, but... I mean, before that, when the temple lit up, was anyone else there? Maybe a woman about my age? With short hair? And she would have had a cape tied around her shoulders too. Oh? A person from the flashback? Two of you were there, so I figure you might know. So is that Fel at the start then? Quick question. Where are we? What? The middle of nowhere, on a path to some ruins no one cared about in 50 years. Does that about sum it up? More or less. I don't. Great. Because I'm having a hard time believing a rookie OS patrol just happened to run into us here. You know the whole shield is looking for me. I liked your little rescue act, but you didn't mistake us for random travelers. You've been following us. So, what's the plan? Let's say I know this girl you're asking about. If you were hoping a first aid kit and a cereal bar would get you to tell me anything, or would get me to tell you anything, you're not gonna cut it as a cop, hon. You're right. That's why I quit. Let's go! Based! I stole the SUV, all my equipment, and just ran. Based fell! After Langlais destroyed the temple, when he knew that someone could still be inside, Please, I just want an answer. I want to know what happened to my friend. I need to know Nino's still okay. Yeah! Okay, yeah, I really like her already. Nino. From Arakawa under the bridge. No, it couldn't. So, you really do know her. She's someone who means a lot to me, and it's my fault Yuri. Let's go, Yuri. Oh, wait, whoops. If there's any chance that she's alive, that's all I want to know. Please. If she went inside, no. Don't tell her a thing. He flashes me a wounded look, then closes his eyes. I'm very sorry, Miss Foray. Believe me when I say I hope for Nino's safety with all my heart. Oh, is she dead? Is she dead? Is she like a corpse in there? What? Then that's it? Mr. Ard, I thought she talked about you. I thought she said you saved her life. But now you won't help me find her? All it takes is for this false god to say no? Oh, now I'm false? Sooner than you'd think, I'll be the only god. Mr. Ard here is just ahead of the curve. He's a very loyal follower. Too bad for you. You? She draws her weapon. Oh shit. Talk shit, get hit. That's more like it, rookie. Too bad it's still not getting you any answers. You can't kill me. She stares me down for a few seconds, obviously having second thoughts. Then her aim jumps to my side. I realize Lorik has raised his palms to offer peace. Stupid. Then what about him? The look on my face spurs her on. You care if he dies, don't you? Miss Foray, please, calm down. I'm not asking for a lot, right? You don't need to do this. It's not like I want to, but you're not giving me a choice. Why won't you tell me? What else am I supposed to do? Sleep. What? Panicked, she steadies her aim. But she must feel the air softening as he speaks. I can tell even before seeing the dim light pinned at his waist, swaying with his steps. He lays a hand on hers and says again, his voice calm and clear. You've done enough, Vel. Sleep. Looking lost, she breathes half a question before her knees give out. See, if I were her, I would have just shot you. Thanks. Thanks a lot. If only. What flower was that? Hey, Feather, but give me a moment, please. Not in my thing yet. Also, let me see if my cast updated. Nothing here. What about here? Oh, okay. New, okay. Now we got this stuff. The heretic. But as you issued your challenge to the shield, to the mosaic itself, a part of me rejoiced. I kindly forced with a few tricks up his sleeve. His shop is shuttered indefinitely while he seeks a miracle for his ailing daughter. By extraordinary circumstances, Loic has come into the service of Yzme, standing witness to her bid for the sovereignty. However little their philosophies align, they are united in their desire to end the Builder's reign. Oh, shoot. The Exalted. What happens when I order you to do something you really don't want to do? The would-be sovereign cast unceremoniously back to Earth after her fleeting ascension. By the devotion of her witness, she enjoys near immortality, as neither eaten nor slept in all her time at his side. Yzme seems uninterested in discussing her past, having alluded only to religious family in dangerously high places. Titty. Yeah, she got some titty. He's knelt down beside her, rifling through the pages of his notebook. What? You're not done? That was too sudden. She'll suffer if I leave her like this. Likely even more when she wakes. Who cares? I do. Please. Just one moment. Now that I look at this girl, she really is struggling. Clenching her brow, still breathing a mile a minute. The flower Loic picks out is another mystery to me. Something white. As it comes alive, bathing her in light, he brushes her hair away from her eyes, then lightly cradles her head in his hands. He talks to her in that warm, soft tone. I can't make out the words. Her ragged breathing slows, and the creases in her brow start to fade. Finally, something close to a smile shows on her face. Alright, there we are. Did you have to do it like that? Like what? Nothing. You're not gonna pass out again, are you? You sound like shit. He winces with laughter. Unkind, but true. I can't advise you to depend on me for any more magic until I've properly rested. Lucky us to have stumbled into such a lovely campsite. Wait, here? With the cop? She's not a cop anymore. Formally. And fast asleep, as you can see. Until she wakes up. Not for some hours, at least. And I assume you'll be awake to keep an eye on her either way. I wouldn't have gone to all the trouble of tracking him down if I didn't need him. I'd already be an Ericus by now if I didn't need him alive. But still, what the hell? Whatever. Thank you, Yzme. Good night. Yeah, I imagine it must be boring for her because she doesn't need to eat or sleep, unlike him. Here, take them. Huh? Yuri! Yuri! Yay! Yuri! Huh? Go on. Thank you? Yuri! Yippee! Yeah. So, you don't feel anything, right? Alright, let's look at the cast again. Oh. Maybe it takes some time to appear. No. Man, I know it was a dud, but I had to try it. Huh? No, wait, seriously? Huh? You know that research assignment? The one due next month? You're talking about that already? Yeah, I picked my topic the day we got it. And you're looking at them. You mean the flowers are for your project? Oh, it's not for me? No. Oh. Not just flowers. I'm investigating flower language. One of the greatest mysteries of the ancient world. It's not a ggdg work if there's no Yuri in it, I swear to God. Real? Flower language? Like, unrequited love and stuff? Don't I have that? Physical mending. Well, maybe it's not that. It's a bit more yellow. That's what everybody says. Here, just read the stupid pamphlet they gave me at that place. In pre-Mosaic Palais, flowers of particular meanings conveyed messages of love and longing from sender to recipient. Thinking of you, I pray for your happiness, my heart aches, all could be expressed with the right arrangement of blooms. In Oxend, people would come to ascribe far more varied meanings to their flowers. While some might strike us as bizarre today, did you know the pink hydrangeas mean underwear? When taken as a whole, Oxendi flower language is beautifully nuanced and endlessly fascinating. And then there's the glossary. Yellow roses for friendship, Palisias for regal beauty. Oh, and there's the hydrangea underwear thing. So it's only friendship? No, Yuri! It's so dumb, right? I mean, I wouldn't know. I'm not the one researching this stuff. Well, first of all, Oxend invented flower language, and they weren't just using it to send love letters. What were they using it for? Everything. Marcel Mullen, here we go. Marcel Mullen wrote about it. He said it was the most powerful magic known to man. With the right flowers, sages, they called them sages, could do anything. Healing the sick, taming the seas, moving mountains. That sounds scary. It sounds cool. Anyway, it was a total mystery. The temple expedition couldn't get off the ground for years because nobody knew how it worked. And then, Marcel Mullen actually met a real living sage. Someone who could unlock the secret of the ruins. And they still didn't find anything. Yeah, but that's it. That sage disappeared. Mullen's last report said the excavation team came back short one person. What? You mean they, died? That's what I thought. But here, look at this! She handed me a magazine open to the cover story. A familiar actress smiled at me, arm in arm with her co-star. Fifi LaCour? Aw, I didn't know she got married. Cute. That almost sounds like the lady from Miles Edgeworth. Wait, the sage is Fifi LaCour? No, read the article. I skimmed through the descriptions of her luxurious ceremony. Famous designers, elite chefs, way more celebrities than I cared about. all piled into that fancy new resort at the top of new construction. And then, weirdly, a whole section about the flowers. When he proposed, he didn't even say a word. I swear this is true. He gave me flowers on my birthday, and I figured it was a sweet thought. But when I took them, when I looked at them, I just knew. I felt like everything he wanted to say flooded right into me, down to the letter. I was stunned. He'd planned to give a little speech and then surprise me with the ring, but I was sobbing. Yes, before he got the chance. Fifi's unconventional proposal left such an impression that she insisted on hiring the same florist for the ceremony itself. But when we asked for a name, she played coy, wanting to protect her hidden gem from the spotlight. Oh, okay. You think this is the magic? I know it is. It's not exactly as mind-blowing as you make it sound. I was expecting her to say the flowers exploded. Aw, come on! You gotta admit, there's something there. Fine, I guess. Anyway, I've been trying to track down this florist. Too bad Fifi didn't give you anything to go on. Right? And now there's like a million more shops jumping on the trend. I've been to a dozen already. Okay, I am like super hungry. I am super duper hungry. So I am going to stop here for the day for Soul of Sovereign. So hopefully you get to check this out again soon sometime. Thank you again for suggesting it for today, Jackie. And we are gonna go on a BRB while I go get some food in my stomach. And then when I'm back, we will play some Miles Edgeworth. So see you guys in a bit.